is The Point. TakeThePointRadio.com.
It's time for Success in Real Estate with Frankie Griffin, owner and broker in charge of the Palmetto Success Team, certified residential specialist, accredited buyer representative, military relocation professional, real estate appraiser, and author of Success in Real Estate. If you are interested in buying or selling a home, investing in real estate, or having your home appraised, you will enjoy Success in Real Estate. Now, here's Frankie Griffin.
Hi, good morning again. Welcome to Success in Real Estate. Hope you're having a great day today because this is going to be a great show. And mainly because I've got a brand new co-host starting today, and very proud of the fact that my son, Joseph Griffin, is now licensed as a real estate agent and helping me, and obviously are the newest member of our Palmetto Success Team. And, if you're thinking about buying a house or selling a house, we want to help you. We want to help you and we want to make sure, rather, that you can make an informed decision in the buying or selling process, because it's not as easy as it seems like sometimes. If you're buying a house and we're out there looking and shopping around, a good team of agents will be able to point out things that you need to, or that you might want to take into account, before you pull the trigger, before you make the offer. And same thing if you're getting ready to sell your house. There's some things we need to do before the house goes on the market. It's all about prepping the home so that we can get it sold as quickly as possible and at the highest price possible. That's always our goal. And I think what we do is somewhat unique, just because we are a true team. We have been a team of 3. We are now a team of 4, so we can provide that much more services for you if you're ever thinking about buying or selling your home. But some of the things that we do, obviously before the house goes on the market, I will actually do an appraisal on the house, excuse me, to make sure we know what the value of the home is, and that's critical. We certainly don't want to overprice the home because it's just not going to sell if that happens. But just as important, we don't want to underprice it either. So we want to make sure it's priced right and we get the appraisal. And why do we want the appraisal other than to know how to price it? You will find that is a huge marketing tool for buyers. And if a buyer can see a very recent appraisal and they know what the value of the home is, that gives the buyer much more confidence when they're actually making their offer. So it's going to be a huge deal to get this appraisal done. Obviously, that's something we provide. We also provide a home warranty on your home. We'll put that warranty on your home the day it goes on the market. So I think you'll find that will be very helpful to have seller coverage. So if anything goes wrong or happens while it's on the market, it's covered under warranty. And then obviously the buyer gets 1 year's worth of warranty from the time they actually close. We also provide home inspections to make sure we understand the condition of the house and make sure that it's if it requires any work or we need anything to get done to the house, we want to make sure all this is done and completed prior to putting the home on the market, because that's how you market the home. And when the buyer comes in and sees it like this, they're going to like it. They're going to make a very good offer. And we're going to get you on down the road into your new home as quickly as possible. And there's some other services we also provide. I mean, we can do pressure washing if your driveway needs it. We've got a team of people that can clean your house, and we can make sure that it is very clean. We can cut the grass. I mean, you name it. We've got all kind of services that we provide to get your house sold very quickly. Well, here's what I want to do for the most part today anyway, And this is going to be kind of like a open lines Friday, if you will. I'd love to hear from you if you have any questions or comments. Please give us a call. The number 799-8255, 799-8255, where I just would like to take questions that you may have. Anything, hopefully, concerning real estate. Love to help you out with that. Now, if you don't want to call in or you don't want to be on the radio, maybe at work and you can't call in, if you got a Facebook page, go to my Facebook page and post a message or a question, or you can just send me an email, frankie@frankiegriffin.com. Again, frankie@frankiegriffin.com, and we'll see if we can't answer your questions. But, I get questions all the time, especially after the show and all during the week about real estate. And I actually want to, first of all, introduce my son. Joseph Griffin is in studio with me, and will be co-hosted now. And we got his mic turned on, Brian. Awesome. So how we doing, Mr. Joseph?
I'm doing all right. How about you, Frank?
Isn't this fun?
Oh, it's a blast.
This is the life. And I've got Joseph, actually, he's got a list of emails, or a few of them, or the questions that several of you have been asking. And we got some really good questions here. And let's just see how many we can get through. But, Joseph, what's the first question we've got?
Tim asked, how much down payment is required for a mortgage?
How much down payment is required? Okay, well, Tim, that's going to depend on, first of all, what kind of mortgage you decide to get. If you go with an FHA loan, which seems to be the more common loan today, or very common loan, you're looking at about 3.5% down, 3.5% of the purchase price. So if you're going conventional, you're probably going to have to put down at least 5%, and even then you're going to have to pay private mortgage insurance. But if you're able to put down 20%, then obviously you can avoid paying any mortgage insurance with the conventional. And by the way, if you go with the FHA loan, you're going to be paying mortgage insurance premiums on that, or the MIP. So now they have lowered that a little bit over the last several months, but you're still going to have to pay mortgage insurance if you get an FHA loan. Now, obviously, Tim, I don't know if you qualify for a VA loan or if you might be a veteran, but that's 100% financing. They've got there's USDA loans, which is also 100% financing if you want that. Now, USDA is for qualified properties only. Have to be like in a rural area, kind of outside the town limits a little bit maybe. But there are a lot of options on what you had to put down. And in fact, Tim, if you would like, give us a call. Love to talk to you, make sure we get you set up properly to get into your dream home if that's something you're thinking about doing. I will actually be giving out my cell phone and Joseph's cell phone here towards the end of the show. But we're at the breaking point, first breaking point. Love to hear from you, 799-8255. You're listening to Success in Real Estate on the Point.
Columbia's local talk radio experience. This is The Point. 95.9 FM and 1470 AM.
All right, good morning again. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, real estate broker in charge and appraiser. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We've got a great show lined up, hopefully going to answer many questions that you may have about real estate. Love to help you any way we can. The number to call is 799-8255. Again, 799-8255. And just got a message on Facebook asking, first of all, Joseph, congratulations on getting your license from this listener. And asking if we're going to have another final sales class, which is a post-licensing course at our Real Estate School for Success after September. And the answer is absolutely. We will have at least 2 or 3, probably every month, until the end of time, not just through the end of the year. So we're going to have them right on, and hope you will get signed up for it and help you out any way we can. So let's go. I want to go and try to answer as many of these questions as we can, Joseph. So what's the second question, or the next question we've got?
Keith asks, what happens if the buyer finds issues during the private home inspection?
Keith, you said Keith is asking, what happens if the buyer finds problems during a home inspection? Well, Keith, and I'm assuming you're asking from a seller's perspective, but, well, you got a couple options. Obviously, one, you can just decide I'm not fixing anything. I'll just sell it as is. Of course, you risk having the buyer actually walk away from the table, and they have the right to terminate the contract, get their earnest money back if they decide to do that. Or you're going to have to make those repairs in order to satisfy the buyer's requirements. Keith, you know, it's one of these things too where you want to make sure that you got to be careful that you're not falling into what I consider a trap, where sometimes the buyer will try to get you to put the house back in mint condition, even though the house is 20 years old, at the price you've agreed to sell it at. And to me, you know, that's just an issue. I don't know. I don't like doing stuff like that. But again, at the end of the day, if they ask and you say no, you run the risk of having the contract terminated. So those are your options right there, and hope that helps you out a little bit. But let's see. Right now, we've got a couple phone callers, and I think first up we've got Andy. Is that right? Andy, how we doing this morning, brother?
Hey, Bubba, how you doing?
Oh, this is such a fine day today in studio with Joseph, and
I see that.
Yeah.
Little Joseph all grows up on us.
Yeah, he did.
Well, good. Finish some business then.
He will. It'll be coming your way.
Hey, listen. If he doesn't, Uncle Andy's going to be really upset. Okay? Frankie, how y'all doing, Bubba?
Oh, it's a fine day.
It is, man. I tell you, we've had a busy week this week. You know, with school going back in, our law firm has been extremely involved. And as you know, every year we try to do a lot for school supplies, supporting schools. We've been in probably, 5 schools already this week, buying lunch for teachers, providing school supplies for kids. You know, and it's the right thing to do, but I enjoy it so much. You know,
yeah.
I feel guilty because it's just a lot of fun getting out there, and it's been a great time for us to be out in the community with these folks. You know, I tell teachers all the time, and you being in real estate, you know, we have a great area here in the Midlands.
Sure.
To buy, sell, real estate, to live, work, play. I mean, we've got a great area here in the Midlands, and it's because of the teachers. We just got a great educational system here in the Midlands, and these teachers never get pats on the back. And I'm so happy that we don't do a whole lot, but we're happy to do what we can. And I want to thank them as we go into the school year. It's a thankless profession oftentimes for them, and I just want to thank them going in this year. Big deal. Last night we had a great little seminar out in the Gilbert area. This was the tutoring tour, Frankie, that we held at the community that has an airstrip and hangars for planes for folks who own planes. Yeah. And this is Melissa Garrison's listing. She's with Fairfax Realty, does a super job, had a nice turnout, and had a really nice roundtable discussion about all these regulations coming up in October. So we're trying to get up to speed. And I tell you, every time I go to one of these lunch and learns or tutoring tours that we hold on these new regulations, I learn more and more. We had a lot of great insight from the real estate professionals there last night. So I appreciated your promotion of that event, and we had a great turnout. I appreciate everything there. I do want to talk about something big that we got going on tonight, man. This is a huge deal for us in the community. We've got Justin Gentry, who is the head coach of Chapin Eagles that's supposed to be calling in this morning. I don't know if he's on the line yet or not. But
Not yet.
We've got the first annual On and McKay kickoff class, which is going to be taking place at Chapin Stadium tonight. It is going to pit some great teams up against each other. And it's basically a jamboree or sports-a-rama, as we called it back in the dinosaur ages when I was playing football. And we've got some great teams facing each other. It's a wonderful time. You know, it's football season, so it's hard to think about anything but football season right now.
You're right.
And you know, it's just a great event, a super time for folks coming out. And I'm hoping we're going to have a good turnout, because one of the things that we've always, you know, again, kind of in the same theme of helping our school, you know, there are a lot of costs that go into running educational programs for our students. And not only that, but also the athletic programs, particularly the athletic programs, because of the equipment needs. And now more than ever, we're really putting an emphasis on making sure we have the best equipment for the schools in our local area because of issues with head injuries and potential injuries and things like that. So these types of events really help to raise money. You know, we've got the Chapin Eagle Club, Lexington's got their booster club, BC's got their, all these schools that are participating have different organizations that help to raise money. But this this jamboree tonight is going to be basically shared. The proceeds from it are going to be shared among the schools that are participating. So we're really excited about it.
Okay, well, awesome. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll start up right around 6 o'clock. And again, it'll be basically quarter-long sessions. So we'll have first game. We'll start. It'll last a quarter, and then we'll go into the second pairing, and it'll basically end up with Chapin versus River Bluff.
Okay.
But we got some great teams playing each other.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, and wish I could be there.
Has Justin called in?
No, he hadn't called in yet.
Okay.
But
he may be calling in here shortly, and he'll be able to give you a few more details about it. But
okay.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a great program tonight, and we really want a great turnout from the community because, again, the monies that are raised as a result of this game and
right.
as a result of this event go to the schools for these different athletic needs.
Okay. Well, Andy, we're right out of time. In fact, we got 3 seconds left, but I'll talk to you some more about it on the next break or after the break. That works for you.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back on Success in Real Estate.
Point 95.9 FM and 1470 AM.
All right. Well, I could listen to the Eagles just play right on, but we got a show to do. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. Again, I'm Frankie Griffin, broker in charge and appraiser. Love to help you answer any questions you have. The number to call is 799-8255. Again, 799-8255. And we got a few callers. So let's go straight to our phone lines. Where first up, we got Larry. How you doing, Larry?
Hey, Frankie, how you doing?
Oh, it's such a fine day today.
It is a beautiful day. Thanks for taking my call.
Well, thank you for calling. What
Well,
can
I
I
got
do for
kind of like a two-part question, but I'll try to be brief. The first main question I wanted to know is, can you tell me a roundabout figure of maybe how much value putting a fence in your backyard would add, as far as value to your home? That's number one. And then number two, with that said, I live on a rather small lake, so would it hurt me to put a fence in my backyard as long as it didn't impede the view of the lake or anything like that? And I'll hang up and listen, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Larry. Well, that's hard to say, honestly. It depends, I guess, a lot on the fence. Are you looking at what are you trying to fence? You trying to keep pets in or people in or people out? Or It's really hard to say. I mean, yeah, a lot of people like to have a fenced backyard, especially those with pets, so I think there's certainly value there. The only way I think you could hurt your value is if you maybe put chicken wire up or something like that. But if you put up a nice fence, and you said you're on a lake, I would probably want a gate or some access through the fence towards the rear, so I could access the gate. Access the lake. But you know, it's really just sort of hard to say there, Larry, but I think you would do well by putting it in, and I don't think you get hurt. Let me put it that way. So I hope that helps, and hope you have a great day. And right now I want to go right back to the phone lines where we still have Andy on with Arnold McKay Law Firm is on the line, and along with Justin. Justin, you with us this morning?
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all taking the call.
Oh, well, we look forward to everything Andy's been talking about here. So, Andy, you still with us?
Yeah, I sure am. And for those listeners who don't know, Coach Justin Gentry is the head coach for the Chapin High School Eagles and has done just a terrific job over there since he's been there the last few years, just to really transform the program. It was always a good program, but it's really gone to a great program under his leadership and his vision. And this was kind of his masterpiece tonight was putting together a jamboree out in Chapin. We've had a lot of renovations to our stadium out there. Got a jumbo board out there now, which is, in my opinion, second to none. And Justin, tell us a little bit about the event tonight, about where the proceeds go, how this came to be.
Yeah, several years ago when we first started going through the construction phase, we all wanted to get together and put together a first-class jamboree for our area and bring in some of the best teams in our area. And, of course, we had to wait till construction was done, and we're pretty much done with that. So about last January, we got together and wanted to get this thing rolling and doing it the right way. And, in a world today when all of our sports equipment and helmets and shoulder pads and cleats, everything's going up, and unfortunately we're in today's society where budgets are shrinking a little, and so we wanted to find a way to where we could not just put on one of the best events in the area, but find a way to financially help out all the schools that are participating in it. And we put these things on before, and the only way to do that, we felt like we could make it advantageous to the other schools that were involved, was try to find us a partner. And we didn't have to look very hard or far for a partnership with Arnold McKay, with Andy and Randy over there. And those guys have jumped on board and just made this thing. It's gonna be second to none to anything else being run in the state tonight. All proceeds coming in tonight is going to be split up evenly amongst the 8 schools playing in it. We were able to give the each 8 school 100 tickets to pre-sale, and that's money they can put in their accounts, and then the gate proceeds tonight, money taken at the gate, will be split up amongst the 8 schools, and of course with our South Carolina High School League, it is a sanctioned event. Mm-hmm. So we've given everybody the opportunity to come in and make some money at our place and have a good time. But where Arnold and McKay has come in, they've agreed to take over all expenses. They're paying out the expenses, so all proceeds, so 100% of the proceeds is going right back to all these athletic programs.
Wow, awesome! And where and when is this going to be again?
Kickoff is tonight at Cecil Woolbright Stadium here in Chapin.
In Chapin, and what time?
At 6 o'clock. We've got a pretty good rundown of teams. We've got Batesburg, Leesville, Blythewood, Brooklyn, Casey, Lexington, Airport, Mid Carolina, River Bluff, and of course Chapin.
Awesome!
It's a great group of teams. It's really the powerhouse teams here in the Midlands. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to be. If you love football, you're going to love being here because it's just it's an outstanding set of matchups, and we can't wait.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and Coach, I wish you and your team a lot of success this year.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. We're looking forward to it, and these are always fun to kick off and get everybody. Everybody's got the fever down here in South Carolina for football, and this is a good way to go ahead and sort of kind of get a little football fix.
Yeah, do a little tailgating. And
that's right.
I know.
All right.
If Arnold McKay's there'll be some tailgating.
Oh, yeah.
Thank y'all, guys.
Thanks so much for having us on. Thanks, Coach.
All righty. Y'all
Thank
take
you,
care.
guys. Appreciate it.
All righty. Well, that does sound like a lot of fun tonight. If you want to kick off your football season in Chapin tonight, and for a good cause, help these kids raise a little money there. All right, so let's go straight back to our questions, and maybe if you have a question or a comment about real estate, give us a call. The number is 799-8255, 799-8255. And so let's go back, Joseph. Real quick, what's another question that we've got that has rolled in here?
David has asked, what are rollback taxes?
Rollback taxes. Okay, good question. Rollback taxes really only affect property that's been zoned agricultural. And, gosh, I don't even know if I got enough time. How much time have I got on this? A minute and a half? Well, let me give it a shot. With rollback taxes, or the reason you might run into something like this, you know, if you own property and you live there, you get taxed at the 4% assessment rate. Otherwise, all other property is assessed at the 6%. Well, they will allow you to pay pay the 4% assessment rate on up to 5 acres of land. So if you own more than 5 acres, what a lot of people will do is have that land classified as agricultural property. And when it's rezoned agricultural, the assessor does not consider that to be highest and best use, so they'll allow you to pay the 4% rate. The problem you could run into is when you ever change the use of that property. If you change the use from agricultural back to some other purpose, that's when the rollback taxes are going to apply. And it will likely be very substantial, because basically what they're going to do, they're going to go back for a period of 5 years and calculate the difference between the 4% assessment rate and the 6% assessment rate. And that's what you're going to owe over the last 5 years. So it could be very expensive in some cases, that's for sure. And wish I had a little more time to talk about that one, David, but I know I'm about to run out of time in this segment for sure. In fact, I'm out of time right now. Got a couple callers on the line. Y'all hang in there. We'll be right back on Success in Real Estate.
Columbia's local talk radio experience. This is The Point. 95.9 FM and 1470 AM.
Here's Frankie Griffin with your weekly featured property on Success in Real Estate.
Hi, welcome back to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin in studio with my co-host Joseph Griffin, and we do have a featured property for this week. In fact, there's going to be an open house, and Joseph, tell us about this open house we're going to be doing.
This open house is this Sunday from 1 to 3. It's at 3113 Buckeye Drive. Again, that's 3113 Buckeye Drive over there in West Columbia off of Highway 1. Mm-hmm. This house has recently been reduced to $92,500. It's got 1230 square footage. It's 3 bedroom, 2 baths. Got a little carport. Hardwood floors throughout. That's nice. And it's also got a pretty big backyard, and it's fenced in the rear, and it was freshly cut as of yesterday.
And it does look good. And you know, you said the hardwood floors are throughout. The only place that does not have hardwood floors, I think, is the kitchen. Is that right? And I mean, so the hardwood floors really look very nice, and going to be this is going to be a nice property. And you say going to be open house Sunday
from 1 to 3.
From 1 to 3. And what's the address again?
3113 Buckeye Drive.
That's in, was that Westgate subdivision? West Columbia. All right, and if you couldn't write this down, we're going to have all the information. It's on our Facebook page. Just go to Palmetto Success Team. And if you haven't already liked us, please do. We'd love to like you because obviously if you don't like us, there's no way we can like you. So make sure you like us, and all the information is there.
Also, there was recently added a new roof onto this house.
Oh, yes. Yes. A couple of weeks ago, I think, put a new roof on the house. It's a very nice, sharp house, and for $92,000, certainly if you can get a really nice house for under $100,000, you've done well. So I think this will be an awesome time. Looking forward to the open house on Sunday. And again, go to our Facebook page, Palmetto Success Team, for more information. Well, right now, let's go straight to our phone lines where we've got John. How you doing, John?
Good morning, Mr. Griffin. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me this morning.
Not a problem. Look forward to helping you out if I can.
I seem to have gotten on somebody's mailing list, but every couple of weeks or so, I get these advertisements for retirement properties, acreages and stuff, and I hear commercials for them too, for property usually up in western North Carolina. It's like, you can get a 5-acre piece for, $19,000. They talk about how, it's a $100,000 property and we're selling it out, at rock bottom prices, $20,000 for this. It's got, mountain views or, on the side of a lake or something. I'm just wondering, are these things, are they legitimate? And what are the pros and cons of going and buying property through something like this?
Well, obviously, I'm not familiar with the outfit you're talking about, but that's not unusual.
It's different companies, that are, we'll get a mailer probably, about the size of a legal envelope or something like that, and, it's got beautiful pictures of mountains and stuff, and they're talking about how, like at the bank sale or something, and, they're trying to sell these properties and stuff, and it's just, I get them often, and I'm just wondering, is there a big land sale going on up in western North Carolina, or, is this a good deal? Are there, I remember I bought 20 acres in western Montana back in 1979. That was really great, beautiful views and everything. But the whole issue with it was that, it had some really weird covenants that went along with it.
Well, yeah, and those are things you got to look at. But, no, I think a lot of real estate companies, real estate agents do stuff like that. It's a form of marketing, trying to get exposure for properties. Now, whether they're foreclosures or not, I don't know. I do recommend, especially in situations like this where you're going into a situation that you may be a little unfamiliar with, highly recommend you have a good agent that you trust, that will be diligent and check things out, verify the facts and things of that nature on your behalf. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I could say use my real estate agent that I've got over here in Lugoff, who I bought my house from, check into something like that.
Well, I don't know about that. If the property's in North Carolina, then you're going to need somebody that's licensed to operate in North Carolina.
Okay. I understand that.
Now, your agent in Lugoff may very well be able to find you somebody or refer you to somebody in Lugoff. Can do that.
Okay.
Well, it helps.
All right. Well, it's just I've been seeing these things, and I'm a couple of years away from retirement, and it's like that's an awful nice picture that you got on there, and
yeah. Well, I like that idea myself. To be honest with you, John, I'd love to spend some time up in the mountains and on the side of the mountain, creek in the back. Oh, yeah, that would be very nice.
Okay, but you don't know of any of the cons. There are some pros. It's nice. It looks like nice property, but I'm just wondering, like I said, that property I bought in Montana had, the covenants, and even though it was there in the contract as we're writing it up, it's one of those things you just kind of skim over real fast.
Well,
it wasn't until afterwards we found out. So I was just wondering,
Well, you got to read the covenants and restrictions, make sure you're okay with them. But then beyond that, you don't want to be writing checks and giving people money that you don't know and don't know anything about. That's why I recommend you have an agent. Hopefully the agent will do their due diligence, check out what's going on, check out the company, check out whoever you're turning money or deposits over to, because you don't want to get scammed. And I'm certainly not suggesting it's a scam, but it's unfortunate. But you got to be careful with that kind of stuff today.
Oh yeah, I understand that, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I was throwing the question by you.
Well, I appreciate you calling. Hope you have a great weekend.
Thanks, sir. You too now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so how much time we got left, Brian? We got about a minute left. Well, in the minute to go, again, I just wanted to remind everybody, Joseph and I will be doing this open house on Sunday. What time is it Sunday again?
It's from 1 to 3 on Sunday.
1 to 3 o'clock, and the address one more time?
3113 Buckeye Drive
in West Columbia. And yep, and it's a all brick ranch style home. It's just very nice. Again, go to our Facebook page, Palmetto Success Team. You'll see it there, or you can go to my website. You'll see it on my website also, which is just frankiegriffin.com. Again, frankiegriffin.com. And if you have any questions, please give us a call, shoot us an email, whatever. You'll find our contact information on our Facebook page or our website. We're out of time. Hope you have a wonderful, safe weekend. Thank you for listening to Success in Real Estate.